Hey y'all, we're bringing you another Macro Monday edition of Hopped Up Beer Review. And today's macro is Dragon Stout Fire by Desnoes Geddes out of Kingston, Jamaica. Thanks for joining us.
Hey everybody, welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer we are drinking and reviewing. We are back to do that again. It is everybody's favorite Monday. It's Macro Monday, where we try a new or an old macro and let you know what we think about it. I've got Andy in the attic. I've got Jay. Gentlemen, happy Macro Monday. I am Ben. What are we getting into today?
Dragon Fire Stout. Andy's got to produce the pronounce the brewery name.
Dragon Stout Fire.
Dragon Stout.
Yes. It's an Imperial Stout.
All right. I've never heard of this beer.
Neither had I until I was just wandering through the beer store.
I see it at the tap room in North Alabama all the time.
Really?
Yep. 284 milliliters or 9.6 ounces.
It's a wee little guy compared to others. It's probably good, seeing that we've got a few other reviews, a couple other reviews to do, and this is being a 10%er.
Yeah.
Ooh. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
So this beer, introduced in 1920, uses 2-row European malt, caramel, roasted malt, and dark brown sugar. On the nose, molasses, sugar, roast, toast, and soy sauce, a subtle soy sauce.
Soy sauce?
That's their description, not mine. I wouldn't say soy. The taste is sweet roast with notes of treacle, which we know that more as blackstrap molasses. Regular molasses, caramel, toast, chocolate, and umami. Now, I'd heard of umami before, and I knew it being like it's an amino acid glutamate, more known previously as MSG, monosodium glutamate. And in Japanese, umami means like a delicious taste or a savory taste. What I did not know that was that umami is labeled as like the 5th taste that we can have, like a taste bud sensation. They're sweet, salty, like bitter, sour, and umami. I did not know that, so it's the taste of savory. It's 5 basic. Yeah, it's in broths and cooked meats. News to me.
Wow.
Interesting. So soy sauce and umami.
Desnoes Geddes Limited in Kingston, Jamaica, was founded in 1918 by Eugene Desnoes and Thomas Geddes. They combined their 2 shops into one business, originally producing soft drinks and distributing imported alcohol throughout Jamaica. They later opened the Surrey Brewery, and then started just their own brewery by this name. In 2015, it was acquired by Heineken. They have like over 73% of it. Therefore, it's they became a macro. This is also the brewery that makes Red Stripe.
Interesting.
Yeah. So when you think on a tiny island, how in the world are they a macro? Well, that's because you got the Dutch.
Yep. Makes sense.
But seeing that the Dutch conquered a lot of Eastern Caribbean nations, so Desnoes is a Dutch name.
Got it. All right. Is that our information on this one?
All you're going to get.
Man. Usually our macro episodes are like 2 hours long because there's just so much macro information.
There's so much macro.
Yeah.
I'm full on the macro.
Yeah.
It is
all right.
interesting. Like the little bitty island can produce that much.
Yeah, for sure. It's so Jay, you mentioned seeing it. Have you had it before? And Andy?
I intentionally did not get this one.
When you said your tap room, was it on draft?
No. They have it in the bottle.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never seen it on draft.
Gotcha. All right. Who wants to jump out there and go first on this one?
I'll go first, just to save you the trouble, Ben.
I got to think about it.
I'm like Andy. It's definitely a thinker because it's a complex stout for something like this in my mind, trying to unpack everything that he told us, even though it was a shorter description. But there's still a lot in here. I do like the fact that, to me, it doesn't have any overbearing coffee flavor like you get with some stouts. It does have a mild roasty flavor, but I can get more of the sweeter than molasses. I heard of umami before, but was uncertain. So thank you for that description, Andy, in a couple of different ways.
Learn stuff here.
Yeah, and I definitely don't get soy sauce out of this. I mean, soy sauce to me is more of a salty kind of that. I don't see it in this. It's more the molasses flavor to me. I think overall it's pretty good, especially given that it's a macro. I assume Heineken probably didn't come in and change things like most macros do or when they buy out a place. So to me, I'm going to rate this a 7. I think it's a good stout and definitely something good to expand our international horizons.
All right, I'll jump in there and go next. I think that this one, it's really interesting. It's, it's complex for a macro, as we've said. There's just a lot to try to pull out of it. I definitely don't get soy sauce. And as somebody who's made a soy sauce drink before, that's.
Hey, we don't ever want to be reminded of
A
that.
horrible human for that one.
Oh.
So anyway, that was why I questioned soy sauce. But I think that this one, to me, for 10%, it's nothing about this seems 10% to me. I mean, it's not boozy in flavor. It's not real heavy. It's just smooth and it's sweet. And it's a subtle sweet. It's not, it's not like drinking syrup or some of the other beers that we've had that are just, other stouts that are super sweet. It has a sweetness to it. But it's not, it doesn't just slap you in the face. I think this one I think it's really good. I think, obviously you're not going to sit and drink 2 or 3 of these and be able to do much afterwards. But I think it's a fun beer to have and try. And it's one that I would drink again if I had access to it, but it would be periodic. It would be, something I would have every once in a while. Given the label, I was kind of expecting this to have like some sort of like, pepper in it or something, like one of those jalapeno infused kind of things. And that was just when we got it originally. But all in all, I really like this one. I'm going to give it an 8. I think it's fun. I think it's tasty, and it's dangerous.
It's probably the highest score for a macro you've ever given.
Guinness.
What do you think, Eddie?
I would say I like the Crown. Got a different dragon label on it. That was pretty cool. It's a keeper. Ben, I don't know what you're drinking. I definitely get a little boozy. It feels 10%. It feels alcoholic. And you get the initial sweet, and then if you let it wash over the back of the tongue and just like after you drink it down, let it just sit, I think I get a little bit of that savory umami, what they were talking about, just a mild saltiness. Then they didn't put soy sauce in it. They said that was a note that you that you can smell, probably because soy would be how the umami taste buds pick up. Definitely roasty caramel molasses feel to it. Very sweet. And I have no idea how many barrels per year they make of this. So it would be interesting to see how they can keep a quality, with that much. Because technically, what is it? Was it 6 million per year to be a macro? It's hard to think that they're making 6 million a year. They're just simply a macro because Heineken owns them.
Yeah. Affiliation, I'm sure, is what's got the macro status. I mean, if you look on Untapped, I think there was only a couple thousand chickens. So
that said, it's I don't know. It's not your standard stout, and there's a sharp flavor that it's holding me back. I can't give it more than a 7.0 on this one. It's maybe it's that alcoholic, that too boozy of a taste for me.
See, I just don't get that. That's really interesting. Like, to me, it's just smooth and sweet. I don't get boozy on this one. So that is going to be a 7.3 for the Dragon Stout Fire. Definitely one that we disagree on a little bit here. So if you've had it, let us know what you think about it, or you come out on it. Definitely, though, I think an interesting one worth picking up just to give a shot. Another beer out of Jamaica, so one that you should try. With that, be sure to like, subscribe, cheers, that notification bell. It doesn't cost you anything, and we would definitely appreciate that. Check us out on all social media links down below in the description. Come say hey in our Hopped Up Beer Review Discord server. If you have any interest in any Hopped Up Beer Review merch, there's a link down below for that as well. And lastly, if you have any interest in any of the glassware or any of maybe the gear that we use to do this show, we've got some links down below. You can check all that out there and see if any of that interests you. Appreciate you guys checking out this Macro Monday, sticking with us. For Andy in the Attic and Jay, I am Ben. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.